Lesson 111 is called Estimating Perimeter, Area, and Volume. Now, when you do this one, this is one that you really need pictures for. This isn't one that you are going to do a lot of problems, where they're just going to give you numbers, because that kind of defeats the purpose, and you'll see what I mean here in a second. But you're going to get pictures, and there's just a couple strategies that you might use. And so what I want you to do is just find the one that works for you, and when you have that one, the one that makes sense to you, I want you to use that one to help you solve these problems. They all look very similar, so when you see them, it should be pretty evident what they're asking for, but just make sure that you find a strategy you like and use that one. So like I said, there's a couple ways to look at this lesson. There's a couple ways that I'm going to show you, and what I want you to do is pick the one that you like and go from there. What you're going to notice is that they're pretty similar, but there's just kind of one key piece to each one being different, and it's just kind of the way we're made. Some of it, one way is going to make sense to you more than the other, and I want you to pick that one. So the first one that you'll do is you want to find all the whole squares, anything that is completely filled in, and you want to count that. So I'm going to count F because that's completely filled in, and then from there you want to do the same. You want to kind of try to piece together different squares that are partially filled in that would fill each other in. For instance, if you see here, letter C actually would fill in this space here really well for G. So we're going to fill in C and G counting as one full square. And then from there, we're just trying to find other pieces that would look just like that. For instance, this piece for letter A would fill in letter E really well. And then same piece there with B and D, because this part of D would fill in this empty space right up here. So if you see all together, what we would do is we would count the squares that came together. So B and D being 1, A and E being 2, F being 3, C, G being 4 squares. Okay, so now I've cleared that all off to show you the second way. Second way, pretty similar. You're going to notice some similarities to it. Just there's going to be, it's a little bit shorter and quicker. So your goal is you want to find, of these squares, you just want to count the ones that are more than halfway filled in. For instance, letter F, letter G, letter B, and letter E. If you see those 4 are all filled in more than halfway, then I can see that I would still get the answer of 4 squares, because I had 1, 2, 3, 4 filled in. So I've moved down here to show you now how to do the perimeter, because what we were doing in there is the area, the inside of the object. Now we want to talk about the outside. The perimeter is a little bit quicker and then trying to find the area, in that what you need to do is you just need to figure out how many squares or units or whatever you want to call these your line goes across. So for instance, you see they have 1, 2, and then 3 there. So just about 3. You see, we didn't go through tons of these, so we didn't count both of them as individual ones. So that gets you to just 3 spaces. Okay. Then from there, we start here and we go through 1 full box all the way down through a second full box. So we've now gone 3 plus 2 is 5. And then from here, we've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. So a total of 9. I'm going to call them units or boxes. Either one would be just fine. So if you see what we're doing there, really we're looking at the area and the perimeter of each one and how to find them. The area being the inside, the perimeter being the outside.